This game's only been out for a week. I'm sure they'll patch it soon. Not again. When are they gonna patch this? It's been a few months. When are they gonna fix this? You know what? Fuck this!
Today's show. Welcome to Culture Strike, guys. My name's Anthony, and that's John from Johnny Ethco, and we're going to talk about early access games today. Those curious games that sometimes are cool and sometimes suck and piss me off.
Yeah,
early access game. If you guys don't know exactly what those are, they're games that are, you have early access to them.
So this would be like your DayZ.
Your DayZ, your Rust, even Minecraft was kind of like the first instance of an early access game where you could buy it at $20 at the beta level and have it, and that's kind of what early access is.
It was way cheaper than $20 when it first hit.
15?
Right?
Was it? Something
I feel like when I first bought it was 15, and even that was like they had bumped the price up from like 10.
I got it for like 30, so
damn.
I bought it late, but those are early access games, and sometimes they work out. Minecraft and other stuff.
Some of them don't.
Yeah, John, what's your opinions on early access video games?
I don't mind early access, but I feel like it's one of those things where people need to know what they're getting into when they buy an early access to a game.
Yeah,
you are buying access to something that may not be finished
ever.
The developers just might say, we're done with this. They might just quit. They say we don't have enough finances to continue, and then you may feel like you've wasted your money. So with early access games, I think they're great. I think it's a great way for somebody that's developing a product to potentially go ahead and sell copies of the game or sell the game to a group of people and say, help me make this.
Yeah. But also,
you have to be careful with it.
Another argument I've seen is that it tarnishes their first opinion of the game because it's broken, and by the time it's done, most people have already lost interest. Like, for example, I bought Rust. We got Rust.
Yeah.
We played it for a little bit when it was at very early access. I hop on it here and there, but my initial interest is now gone. So even though when the game officially comes out, I won't be playing it much.
My interest isn't gone from the game. Like it's something that we played it was neat.
Yeah.
And now they have completely redone the game. They've almost started over, and they're doing it differently. But I think Rust is a good example of early access done right, because I follow those guys on Twitter, and they update. Yeah, they update constantly. They communicate with their people that follow them, and they say, guys, here's what we're doing. I think if you're going to do early access, that's the way you have to do it as a game developer. You have to communicate with your audience constantly and say, we're working. Here's what we did today. We added grass. We did this. I mean,
we made a bear.
Yeah, exactly. It might be something super minuscule, but
they're doing something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can see that, okay, these guys are working, and as somebody that's bought into your game, it makes you feel good. Like, okay, this is being worked on, even though I don't see that. I log in every day, and it's like it doesn't look like anything's been done.
Yeah, but they tell you.
And does DayZ have a Twitter account? Because
here's the thing, I don't know that for a fact, but God, DayZ pisses me off. Now Gary's Mod, Gary, the guy behind Gary's Mod and Rust, same guys.
Yeah.
I salute you, sir, for actually putting effort into your game and making it work. Good job. Hey, from the beginning, you made a game that worked. Sure, not every feature was in there, but it worked. Why did the zombies still walk through the walls in DayZ 2 years later?
I don't know.
Why? All right, look, like H1Z1, this is my perfect example. H1Z1 was that new zombie game from Sony.
Yeah.
Came out 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks ago now, but like a week in, people were like, oh, there's bugs and oh, there's glitches, and it's like, yes.
It's early access.
It's an early access game. It's been out for a week or two. DayZ's been out for 2 years. They have given up, clearly.
Well, they couldn't make any real money on it.
They've given up. They took our money. What do you mean? They took our $40.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about DayZ, the
standalone?
The standalone.
That game has been out for 2 goddamn years. They took my money for it, and they didn't work on a goddamn thing. Every once in a while, they add a gun. And everyone's like, did you fix the zombies going through the walls yet? Here's the shotgun.
See, and this may be an example of early access done wrong. It doesn't sound like they're communicating with their audience or what they're doing. I don't know if
they have nothing to
Twitter
communicate.
Account.
I don't know if they do, but it just seems like after 2 years they should do something with their game or give us our money back at this point. I feel gypped at this point.
And see, there's the danger in early access. I mean, when you get down to it, you don't know if you're gonna get a final product or not.
Nope, I'm at the fuck DayZ point.
Yeah, you might blow $20 and think, oh, in a year this thing's gonna be great, and 2 years go by and now you're Anthony, all mad.
Seriously, we got on there on the stream the other night. Follow us on Twitch. We got on there on the stream for like 5 minutes. All right, let's try DayZ today. We got in there for 2 seconds, sprinted a couple of miles, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck this.
Sprinted a couple of miles.
We quit. I was like, there's no zombies. The game doesn't work. Combat does not work in DayZ. Now this has turned into an episode about ranting about DayZ.
Yeah,
the combat doesn't work. You swing an axe, nothing happens. At least Rust had things that worked. Not perfectly, there was glitches, but they worked. DayZ literally has non-functioning necessary elements 2 years out. All right. Anyways, early access, that's at a point where you get burned from it. Now, if DayZ ever comes out on like a console or like an official release, I ain't getting that shit. Fuck them. So that's the danger of early access. They burned me there.
Well, it's also sort of the same danger as Kickstarter.
Yes.
When it comes down to it.
Peter Molyneux's thing.
Yeah, exactly. Peter Molyneux. And that's sort of it done wrong.
Yeah.
But then you have something like Star Citizen, which isn't out yet.
No,
it seems to be one of those things that's going right. It's like this thing got a ton of money. This has huge support of like, please make this game.
It seems like there's heart behind it, too.
And yeah, the guys, whoever's making it, I mean, the graphics look great. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah. Where at one point in the DayZ's development, the main guy who created the DayZ mod, basically he worked for Bohemian Interactive, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to leave the company and go make the real survival game. What about the one you didn't finish yet? He just left. He was like, I'm going to go make my own survival game. And it's also a problem with...
no one's locked in.
No, but also with early access, that's another problem. Not a problem, but everyone and their mother can make a game now for early access. You know, you used to have your trends. You'd have like Halo, and then it was all about space shooters. And then it was all about World War II shooters. And then it was all about modern shooters. I'm calling it now, survival games are the new first-person shooter.
It definitely seems every time I turn around, there's a new fucking zombie
There's one
game.
for everything. Yeah. There's one for a zoo. There's one for the zombies. There's one in space.
Zombies just seem like, and maybe just because the AI is fairly easy to do, like, because they're just mindless zombies. They're zombies. I love, like, my favorite part in Minecraft is the early hours. I love starting a new world in Minecraft, and, like, the point is just trying not to die. Try to get a farm going, and, when you spawn in on a desert, that's harder.
Yeah.
I enjoy that part of Minecraft. Skyrim, I have some mods installed.
Okay.
I know,
If you add that to it.
Yeah, I add some mods to it where you're affected by cold, you're affected by getting wet. You get hungry, things like that make it a little bit more immersive, but it makes it a survival game. So now you got this survival game built into Skyrim.
So those elements
really
peppered in feel fine. Those elements like peppered into certain games are fine.
Yeah, to me, it makes a world more immersive.
Yes.
I like Rust. I appreciate Rust for what it is. I like when your character starts to slowly get hungry. I can understand how that's not for everybody, because it is very tedious of like, oh, I gotta go find beans. Beans! I gotta get beans.
You found blackberries. Yeah. What I'm saying is early access games have become flooded with just a million survival clones. We had everyone that did it right. There was one in space. There was one in Minecraft with blocks building. There's Rust. There's DayZ. We had our zombie ones. All our bases are covered. And now everyone's like, well, what if I mix Minecraft with zombies? Or what if I do it in like a forest or prehistoric? Or what if I do it here? We don't need that many survival games. That's the other problem. The market can become oversaturated much more quickly because so many people can get their game out there with early access.
I mean, I feel like DayZ was sort of the catalyst to all that. Like DayZ hit big, and there were a lot of YouTubers playing DayZ, and then now you had all these. That was my phone. I'm sorry. So it started out with DayZ, and then now you have all these games that are trying to mimic that success of like, here's this thing that became popular, and it became popular because it was very unconventional. Like you usually make a game to go like. It felt like before DayZ hit, most games were made to go fast, unless it was like survival horror. But it was like, no one wants to piddle around in the woods for 6 hours. And then when DayZ came out, it was like, holy shit, people enjoy piddling around in the woods for 6 hours.
I'll make one of those.
Sure,
I'll make one of those.
That.
I can make the real good one. No, I can make a better one. Yeah. So with early access, because people can develop games so much more quickly and get them out there to so many more people on Steam, it just gets flooded.
And that's been talked about too, where Steam almost needs to have sort of a filtering system.
Yeah,
for like
they do.
Yeah, like you don't qualify. Your game's not good enough.
Have you seen the Slaughtering Grounds? Did you see the Jimquisition on Slaughtering Grounds? You should go watch it.
Slaughtering Grounds.
Basically, this game was just this cobbled together assets they bought from a website. You shot it. Never-ending waves of zombies in this little map made out of preset things they bought, and they sold it for $15 on Steam early access. The game was bullshit. It was designed to steal people's money. That's also the thing. You need to be careful. A lot of these games are just cobbled together. There was these other games that just cobbled together pieces that people pay for, and it's not really a game. It's just like a little sandbox. Like, we'll update it later, but they already got your money. But Jimquisition, what happened is he commented, he left a review below the thing like, this game's shit.
Yeah.
And then they responded to his video about the thing being shit by like removing his comment and making this whole video of slanderizing him. So then he shot back. You should go watch the entire saga. Go watch the Jimquisition episode.
Sounds like too much drama for me.
It's fun. He wrecked the shit out of them.
I like Jimquisition, though. He's good. He's good.
But with early access, you have just these people trying to scam people out of their money. They were removing bad reviews and all that stuff.
I mean, that's unfortunately what you're going to do. Like, anytime you have a system like that, you're going to deal with scammers. Anytime there's a way to make a quick buck, somebody's going to go, I'm going to try to make that quick buck. I'm going to, just take easy assets to grab and make a game up there. That's why, Steam needs some sort of filtering system. But what is that filtering system? Like, what does it cost to build it and maintain it?
A board of 600 monkeys playtesting games.
Yeah, you can almost put a early access game out and like give everybody a free 30 minutes,
maybe,
and then have the community vote yay or nay.
That's kind of green light in a way. You don't get to play it, but you get to see it and judge like what gets accepted into certain things. Yeah. Or what gets funded by the community.
It'd be neat if they just gave you 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Hey, here's this game. Here's 30 minutes to just see if it's even worth your time. And
boy, it sucks.
Thumbs up, thumbs out. I guess that's a demo. We used to get these things called demos, kids, where you would get a CD, you would get like a PlayStation magazine. It would come with a CD with demos on it, and you could test games before you bought them.
What?
It was amazing, and you didn't have to pay for it.
What?
Which was crazy.
Actually, the Game Theorist has a great episode about why there's no demos anymore.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Basically, the outcomes are never good for the developer. Right. It's either meh, the game's okay, meh, I don't want this game at all, it sucks, or I want to buy it. So there's 2 out of 3 options that is just not good for them. Why would they do it?
And now you have early access where you pay for the demo.
Yeah, you pay for the demo. What has the world become?
Yeah. So guys, keep that in mind. If you buy into an early access game, you're buying into a game that 1 is not finished and 2 is pretty much a demo of the final product.
And what's another weird thing about early access is bigger companies getting into it. Now, up until now, there hasn't been too many examples of that, but H1Z1 is a Sony Entertainment project. Yeah, that's same group behind like PlanetSide and all that stuff. Yeah, they made this H1Z1, and I found out it's actually going to be free to play one day. I didn't know that when I purchased it. It's like it was $20 to get early access into it, but it's free eventually.
So wait, $20 for early access, but free eventually?
Yes, but H1Z1 is a Sony-made game, but it's early access, and you had to pay into the beta. I mean, it's weird.
If they're gonna do free to play, they're gonna have microtransactions everywhere. I don't like those games.
Well,
they piss me off.
Well, they're balancing it and they're working it out. I don't know, but there's the thing with early access.
That's a conversation we should have about microtransactions.
Microtransactions in free-to-play games. Next episode. What else about early access?
I mean, just be smart about it. Yeah. Like, really, you have to have a lot of trust in somebody to buy into their game early. Personally, I wouldn't do it to anybody without some sort of track record.
That's why I bought Rust. Because it was behind the guy from Gary's Mod who had cultivated that mod for years, worked on it hard, made it into this amazing thing that I loved. And I was like,
I didn't know that.
Gary's Mod, the same guy who made it is Gary something. Gary something made DayZ, or made Gary's Mod and Rust, not DayZ.
No, you can tell there's passion behind Rust. Yeah. Like, even though it is clunky, it is weird.
It works.
There's passion behind it.
So there's good ones.
You know what? Cheers to the Rust guys. You know what? Good on those. Okay, good on those guys.
Yeah, but I've gotten burned and I've gotten rewarded by early access. DayZ, fuck them. Rust, I like you. What else have I gotten on early? I got Starforge, which was bullshit and didn't run. It was a dumbass piece of shit clone of...
I'm even trying to think if I've ever bought an early access
Rust
game.
You bought that?
Oh yeah, Rust. I guess that's Minecraft.
DayZ, Minecraft was...
I bought DayZ, just because it was like, everybody all of a sudden was like, hey, let's play DayZ, and then I played it for... a couple hours. I was like, fuck this.
Fuck this. Guys, thanks for watching the episode. That's what we think about early access games. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment below and let us know what you think about the topic. And that's what I'm doing, like what I think about the topic.
That's the Battlefield like knife swipe.
Make sure you subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you next time. And every time my hand passes by the mic, it sounds like a fan going like woo, 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 woo. Every time you do that, this room smells like beer for the next 5 hours.
Deal with it!